Hi there, John Benjamin, founder of the Business Engineering Consortium. I'll be your host tonight as we learn about decision making, part 2. This is an exciting video, one designed to help you up those decision making skills so you can learn to move more from your top line to your bottom line, creating a lifestyle for you and your family. Hey, if you didn't get the workbook already, down in the description, hit that link, download your workbook, and let's get started on decision making part 2. And one quick note, shout out to our clients and those who voted for us in the lean manufacturing consulting category for last year. We made it into the top 10 and were featured on the cover of Manufacturing Technology Insights as one of the leading lean consultants in North America. Thanks so much, and we're going to share our knowledge with y'all right now. Let's get going. Hey, imagine you're one of the people standing around that roulette table and you've got this stack of chips that you're all sharing. Well, all kinds of decisions have to be made. Who's going to make the bet? You're all looking around to see who the boss is. Who's going to make that decision? Unfortunately, you're running your business that same way. You don't know who should make the decision or what decisions any one of you should be making. So I want to introduce you to 2 tools to use. The first one actually comes from President Eisenhower, and he may have developed this while he was a general fighting World War II. This was popularized by Stephen Covey. Oftentimes we'll find in business, the person who invented it or started it is not the one who popularized it. In this image here of Eisenhower with his famous urgent and important matrix, you can see quite clearly that there are important decisions that are urgent and some important decisions that are not urgent. And then again, we have the not important but urgent and the not important and not urgent. Well, it doesn't take a lot of brain power to understand that things that are not important and not urgent, you should be pushing off to somebody else. Those should be delegated or not done at all. Just stop doing them. It may not be so obvious that as a leader, you need to spend your time in that block marked important but not urgent. Getting a strategic plan, no one is bearing down on you to get that plan done. After all, you're in charge. You're the owner. You're the manager. You've created your own deadline. But that's the most important thing you can be doing. We then have the important but the urgent. Those are when crises approach. Now, when crises approach, we need to bring in the second tool. The second tool comes from the consulting firm called McKinsey. And McKinsey divides that up into 3 sections. The 3 sections you'll see here are big bet decisions, those that have a huge risk. For those of you who remember my first video about me buying our tent to go camping, that was not a big bet decision. Yes, it is infrequent, but the risk was very, very small. The bigger the decision, the more time you need to put into it, the better your process has to be, which we'll go into next. And then you need to spur debate. And debate's important because it's going to cause some conflict. If you don't have conflict or disagreement in your discussion around the right decision, you don't understand the issue enough, because not all of you should be on board at the same exact time. Otherwise, as a leader, you've surrounded yourself by yes people. And frankly, that's useless when it comes to growing. There are then cross-cutting decisions, as McKinsey calls them. A cross-cutting decision is one that impacts multiple businesses or multiple production channels. You're going to need more people involved because of the impact. And again, you're going to need some good discussion around it. The risk may not be as high in terms of cost, but there could be a lot of risk in terms of ill will in making things happen. Then again, we see the delegated decisions. And our Eisenhower 4-blocker, we saw that as not important, not urgent. Just because it's not important to you or not urgent to you as a manager does not mean it's not important and not urgent to others in your organization. You may need to delegate that down to the appropriate level. And all too often, as our business is growing, we're not anxious to delegate those to others. but you need to learn how to do it. We'll do a video later on proper delegation and how to make it work for you. So how do we make better decisions is by having a process we can follow so we can get repeatable results. This diagram is all over the internet, and I believe it came from Massachusetts Institute of Technology initially. As you'll see, there are 7 steps here. They're relatively straightforward. First, we're going to identify the decision that has to be made, gather information, identify alternative, choose among alternatives, take action, and then review your decision. So 7 short, concise steps, when followed, will get you to the best possible decision. Now, with us all tools, this tool may be way too big for some decisions you're making. You'll need to decide, afraid so, you'll have to make a choice, if you need this much of a tool or not. Interestingly, this tool looks remarkably like a system developed by Shoutout and then popularized again by someone else, by Deming, one of his associates, called Plan, Do, Check, or Study, Then Act, or as people refer to it, PDCA. You can see the planning in those first 2 or 3 steps. You can see the do in weighing the evidence, choosing among alternatives, check your results, and then if the results are not what you want, act upon a new change, being the 7th step. If you know plan, do, check, /study, act, you can tackle many of your business problems even outside of decision making. So there's 7 steps on how to make your best decision. You can also use a Shoutout or Deming model, plan, do, check, /study, act, to find the best solution. As you make your decisions, check your results, your decision-making ability will improve immensely, and you'll make better, faster decisions with less discussion. As you learn to make better decisions, your reputation, your status in the company will grow and continue to grow as you learn to make better, faster decisions. You'll know how to pull a team together. You'll know how to get the best out of them. You'll know how to deal with the conflict that comes from decision making and embrace that conflict to come up with the best possible solution. Again, thank you for joining us. Down below in the comments, drop a comment about your thoughts on decision making. Let us know what you think about these tools and which tools you use to make decisions. And as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little bell so you're notified of our next video coming out. Decision making part 3 will be out soon. Look forward to you being there with us to enjoy it and learn from it. Also, if there's some business topic that you just can't find the information or don't know how to look for it or where it is or what it could be as far as resources go, drop us a comment and I bet you we know where you can find that information. Hey, take care and good luck on your decision making.